Hello, I'm Jojo. I'm a designer and audiophile. Welcome back to my channel. If you have an eye on those colorful limited edition vinyl, just like what I have been unboxing but have no idea how to put together your turntable setup, you are in the right place. In today's video, I will show you the basic concept of an audio system and show example of creating a turntable setup so you can start spinning that vinyl of your favorite artists. Let's start with the element of an audio system. An audio system has four parts: the source, preamplifier, amplifier, and speakers. Each element serves a different function. Based on your budget and preference, you can use machines to take care of multiple parts of the audio system or pick up each part separately. The most important thing is all four parts need to be presented in your system in some way or form. After understanding the unique functions of each element, you will be able to curate your system successfully. In reality, each part has more detail to it, but in this video, I'll focus on the basics. The source. The source is a machine that reads your media, such as CD player, cassette deck, streamer. In a vinyl system, the source is of course the turntable. Each source, analog or digital, needs to be decoded and amplified to a certain level, so the signal is strong enough for other components. The turntable is no exception. We need a device called phonograph preamplifier, or phono stage, to amplify the signal. In most entry-level turntable, they will have a built-in phono preamp. A simple way to tell is at the back of the turntable, where all the cable connects, if there is a toggle set phono and line, that means it has the phono preamp built in. The toggle is for you to choose whether you want to use a built-in phono stage or a separate one. If not, you'll have to buy a separate phono preamp for your turntable or make sure your other components have phono preamp presented. The preamplifier or preamp. Preamplifier is the next component in the chain. In our audio system, the most important function of the preamp is to amplify the voltage of the source signal to a standard level, then distribute it to the next component, amplifier. On top of that, a preamp is also the device you control the volume and connect different input sources into, so you can enjoy multiple sources mediums on your system. The power amplifier. Next up is the power amplifier. The function of power amp is to amplify the signal current and drive the speakers. Each speaker's design has a different resistance and power requirements. We call it resistance impedance, and we use sensitivity to estimate the power we need for the speaker. When pairing your amplifier and speakers, you need to consider both specs. On both speaker and amplifier specs, we use ohms as a unit for evaluating impedance. The common one is 8 ohms and 4 ohms. And on speaker specs, the sensitivity reading serves as a guide on how loud the speaker will be when given 1 watt of power at 1 meter distance. The higher the number, the easier it is to drive. Here's a simple formula for calculating the power you need. Every 3 decibels gain, double the watts, and a sound level drop of 6 decibels per double the distance. Normally, the speaker specs will also tell you how much power is recommended to drive the speaker correctly. You will want to choose an amplifier that has at least the same amount of power or higher. Choose your amplifier based on your speaker's needs. Make sure your power amplifier supports the correct impedance and power for your speaker. Otherwise, you're risking either blow the speaker or burn down your amplifier. The speaker. Finally, the speaker. This is the obvious part. The speaker receives the current signal from the power amplifier and it moves the speaker units back and forth, which vibrates the air and transforms it into music for our ear. Each brand on the market has different speaker designs to achieve the best sonic performance for them, which gives each speaker different characters. You will need to find which character sounds the best to your ear. In general, the speaker is the part that affects the sound character of your system the most. Finding the perfect speaker for you is one of the most fun parts of this hobby. And I will also suggest you start building the system from picking the right speakers. Now, we go through all the elements. Let me show you how to complete the chain in the real world with some equipment suggestions for entering the vinyl world. The Minimalist. If you want a simple setup feeling itchy, angry when seeing multiple black boxes stacking and they took a lot of space from your house, this kind of setup is for you. A minimalist-looking turntable from Project, U-Turn, Audio-Technica, or other brands you prefer with a pair of power speakers is your best bet. Speakers from Canto, Audio Engine, amplifiers are common in the entry-level price point. In this setup, you will want a turntable with a built-in Phono Preamp. The power speakers serve as all other elements in the system. A power speaker means it has an amplifier built in. A lot of time it comes with the ability of volume control. Sometimes it can even switch between different inputs as a remote control. In this case, it serves as your preamp plus amplifier and speakers. The classic. Like most of us, our entertainment would not be just vinyl. We want Bluetooth, AirPlay, CD players, Spotify, and even your awesome speakers for TV and movie. If this is the situation, I would suggest going this route. You can pick whatever turntable you like and pair it with a receiver. A receiver serves as the brain of your system. It combines a function of preamplifier and amplifier. Let you connecting multiple inputs and distribute signals to desired output. Depends on your receiver model, you might need a separate phono stage for your turntable. Then you pair a pair of passive speakers with your receiver to complete the system. In contrast to power speakers, a passive speaker does not have an amplifier built in. The power it needs comes from your receiver, and you will have all kinds of speakers to choose from. Pick what suits your space and taste. The Awakening Audiophile. This is a route where you are curious about hi-fi. Music listening is an important part of your life, and you love listening to music without distractions or multitasking. In this route, we compose all the elements in our system separately. Each machine focuses on one thing only to achieve the best performance. This way is often the most costly way of the three, but also the most flexible one on upgrading. The one thing I focus the most when curating a system is the upgradability and the longevity. When you use one machine to do all, it will be harder for you to upgrade. This means when you want a better system, you might need to build a whole new system so that the old components don't throttle your performance. Therefore, I tend to avoid units that do not provide a certain level of upgradability. When it's time for an upgrade, you can still use your current components for some of its function so you can save more time and money to achieve your dream setup in the future. With the info I shared today, I hope you now have a clear picture of how to curate a great vinyl setup. If you have any questions or want to add more info for fellow music lovers, please leave them in the comments below. I'll leave all the links in the descriptions so you can check out all those cool components. If you enjoy the show, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bells so you won't miss the next episode. And remember, there are too many wonderful things and too little time. Be curious and courageous. That's how we find wonderful things in life. We'll see you next time.